Of hearing is very difficult to achieve. What are the implications of failing to achieve within one's spiritual life?
What's the implications of failing to achieve the state of hearing? That you don't hear. That to not hear our consciousness, then we truly didn't ever hear what Allah wanted for us. That's why the first station is hearing. That's why we're the nation of Samina wa ata'na, we heard and we obeyed. If your life is not to fight to open the hearing, then what is it that we're following? I can't hear Allah's command, I can't hear what Prophet wants from me, and I can't hear myself. So before any opening I have to be able to hear. So that's going to be my biggest struggle. Did I hear the message? Yeah. Did I hear my consciousness? Yes. When your consciousness tells you something you have to do it right away. If your consciousness tells you to donate, donate right away. Not I plan to do this, because tomorrow shaitan will fool you again and say, no you don't have it, you can't do it, don't do it. If your consciousness tells you, I have to pray like 10 rakahs, I have to go do my awrad, I have to read my Dar al-Khairat, and you tell yourself, no later, shaitan played with you now and broke it. So at what point are you going to listen and act on what you heard? Because your shaitan tells you, no, 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 don't do it now because at least give me a few weeks to work on you to change your mind. And he will not stop to block you from that good deed. Allah's way is they heard and they followed. If they can hear their conscious and act upon it when it's something beatific and correct, then they're fighting their nafs, fighting the bad desires. They become like rijal. But if every time they hear and postpone and then debate and think about it in their mind, it's not but a few days and shaitan will have changed you and convinced you of something different. So this is a great battle to hear what's being inspired. The heart is telling you something and actions that you're to do, you do them without postponing. So these are the realities of opening the hearing, otherwise the next thing to come to you, you postpone that too. And then the next comes in inspiration. We say even they hear the talk and they start to put it in their head, no it wasn't about me, and it wasn't really like that, shaykh meant like this. So then we see understand, oh okay, this is how the shaitans play. So the talk has to come to the heart, we write it down, so I'm going to try my best to make sure this happens, I'm start to do this, I'm going to live by this. And we see how difficult that really is. That's the way it is. And then you get to know yourself. Who knows himself, he'll know his Lord. Not the Lord Most High because we didn't reach there, but we'll meet the Lord who's blocking us. I said somebody liked chocolate, as soon as I said, oh have some chocolate, so why you tell me always to have chocolate, I don't want chocolate. I said, but I thought you like chocolate. But as soon as we said have chocolate, it became again a rebellion, no don't tell me to have chocolate. So then you can see how shaitan is playing with people. Just a simple act of do this, you can do it. Yeah, you're going to fight yourself all the time not to do it. Who's telling you not to do it? The shaykh told you do that. So then shaitan is telling you don't do it. Okay, so now you understand you're playing with shaitan. That's why hearing is the first step. Can you see if your ears are not submitted? No. This has to have unlocked. That you hear your consciousness, you hear what's being commanded. How you can have vision when you're not hearing? How? It's called illusions. Shaitan comes and gives people illusions and delusions. Wakeful and sleeping most, because anything can come in sleep. They give you a whole movie from Paramount Pictures in your head. And that's all delusional. So it means how somebody can see if they're not hearing. That's why it's samina wa ata'na. When the hearing opened and the veil of hearing opens, they heard their consciousness, they obeyed their consciousness, they heard their shaykhs and inspirations, and they live their life to fulfill those regardless if it's popularity, regardless if everyone agrees, regardless if it's something that's profitable. Like whatever it is, doesn't matter, whatever category it is, they're the people who hear and do. And other people follow and say, well, this doesn't make any sense, not to you. And as a result of that, then Allah begins to make them Ahlul Basira. So people come in these last days is hearing whatever they want of whispers and the whisperings of shaitan telling them all sorts of crazy things with no good character and nothing. And then pretending that they see this and that and delusions and illusions, and they're all over the place like a bad sci-fi movie. So that's an immense danger. We saw that in the Bird Box, right? Where the people, the psycho people, they enjoyed the unveiling of devils so much, where they would just go crazy seeing things. This is what's happening in these dark days. So that's why it has an extreme amount of discipline, that they follow strong, they meditate, contemplate, strong connection to the shaykh, and the mannerisms match. They don't talk a lot, they are very quiet people. They're zuhud, they're in a state of knowing themselves. Somebody just come off the bat 2 weeks into it talking, something's wrong. So and they're attracted to the spiritual path because they can start to use a bit of that insanity within the tariqah. I said this, I saw that, I did this, they talk this, they talk that, and other people follow them and start saying, wow, yeah, ooh. And then before you know it, one crazy person got 3 crazy murids following him. Yeah, so the 35 years we've seen it all. But everything matches character. So the character of pious people is exactly that, they're very quiet, very hidden. They have a lot of fear and consciousness that they don't want to upset Allah, they don't want to upset Prophet, and they keep a very low profile and continuously meditating, contemplating to reach to their connection, inshaAllah.
As-salaamu alaykum Sayyidi.